teaching a forest flow this morning, or this afternoon, here at 21st Yoga in Salt Lake City. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to practice a little bit with me, and hopefully you'll find this beneficial with everything that's been going on in our world lately. So for our practice today, find a comfortable seat on your mat. Make sure you have some props with you. You'll need a block or a rolled up mat, and you can also roll the mat into thirds. You can use a towel for this and then fold it over, or any sort of device. Sometimes you can use a pillow that you can use for some core work later on in our practice. I also recommend having some water with you just in case you need an extra sip here or there. So let's get started. Find a comfortable seat here on your mat. And I really recommend finding a seat that allows you to be comfortable. So whether that's sitting up on some sort of prop, bolster, maybe even kneeling, so that you feel comfortable here and you can sit without pain. So find that comfortable seat. Close your eyes. And begin here with that Ujjayi breath. So starting to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. And taking a few moments to really connect on inside. As you're working with your breath here, start to navigate through your body. So you're taking that breath, winding it through, figuring out where there's tension, tightness. Conversely, where it feels alive, awake, paying attention to that. And assess where you have sensation. Maybe your shoulder is bothering you, or you've got some low back pain. Maybe you've got some tension in the neck or jaw from some stress. So just being aware of this, being aware of what's present for you in this moment, physically. And then also notice how you're situated, how you're feeling in this moment. You're calm, aware. Maybe you're feeling a little bit anxious. Just being aware of how you're feeling, all of this without judgment. It's just an observation. Keep that breath going, a few more deep breaths here, just assessing, observing. Sitting up nice and tall. As you tune into your body, pick a spot that you'd like to focus on today. If a lot of areas are coming up, select just one. And knowing that you can come back to any of those spots at a later practice, giving them some love, some attention. Select that one area and then start to breathe into it. Just as we observed the entire body, start to observe that single spot. Focusing your breath into that area. If you can't quite reach it, then reach your breath around it. Encompass that spot, encapsulate that spot with your breath and your awareness. We'll take 3 more deep breaths into that spot, getting as in tune with that area as you can. We'll use this spot throughout the entire practice, coming back to it, working with whatever arises there, and using it as a grounding, foundational place for us to connect back into. Slowly opening your eyes, we're going to come into a Baddha Konasana. So the soles of the feet come together. And you're welcome to use props, so if this bothers your hips or your groin, you can prop your knees up on blocks or even pillows if you're hanging out in your house and don't have some blocks handy. We're going to work with 3 rounds of Uddiyana Bandha here, and then into 2 rounds of Agni Sara. So we'll work here in a seat. I'll demo this standing upright so you can see my belly a little bit better before we get going. So what you'll do is you'll exhale all the air out, don't do it quite yet. Pull the belly in and up, and you'll hold that emptiness, that lock. When you're ready to inhale, releasing the belly, then taking a breath in. So it looks something like this. So that's the Uddiyana Bandha. And then we'll move into Agni Sara, which is the same sort of action, but instead of drawing the belly in and up, you're going to pull it in and up, and then you're going to let it go. Pull it in, let it go, all without breathing. So that looks something like this. All right, let's get started. So fingertips back behind you. Take a huge breath and lift up through the heart. We're going to hold at the top. As you're ready, exhale all the air out, come forward. Hold empty, draw navel towards spine. When you're ready to inhale, release the abdominals. Inhale, rise back up, lift through the heart. Exhale strongly out the mouth, Uddiyana Bandha. Hold empty, draw navel towards spine. Release the belly, inhale, rise back up, last round here. Exhale all the air out. Hold empty, draw navel to spine. Release the belly, inhale, rise up. Moving into Agni Sara. So keep that breath in, draw shoulder blades back, lift through the crown of your head. As you're ready, exhale out the mouth, come forward. Same action here, pull the belly in and up. Stay empty, press belly out, pull in. Release the belly, inhale, rise up, last round. Exhale all the air out. Navel to spine. Release the abdominals and just fold a little bit deeper into this Baddha Konasana. So let the head hang heavy, shoulders pull away from your ears. Directing the breath all the way down into the hips and the low back, trying to keep this straight line. Feeling some of that energy, some of that heat from that core work starting to move through your body. Exhale to maybe fold a little bit deeper without pushing it. Then with your hands, walk your way carefully back up. Head comes up last. Hands to your outer thighs. Help your legs back together. Grab hold of your prop, and we're going to come down all the way onto the back to set up for some core work. So there's some options here. You're going to take that prop. If you're using a block, I recommend placing it middle width in between the thighs. If you're using a rolled up mat, the way that feels most logical. And then you're going to extend the legs straight up to the sky, spreading the toes. Now, if this is bothering your low back or pulling on your hamstrings or hurting your joints, bend the knees. If you have serious low back problems, keep your feet on the ground, and you'll do the same actions with your feet grounded. Interlace the hands back behind your head, and then switch the clasp over one position so you're clasping in that non-habitual way. Take a huge breath, spread across the low back. Hold the breath in, press mid-back in the mat, curl tailbone up, squeeze around your prop, exhale, lift head and shoulder blades. Squeeze that prop a second time, pull low belly down. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. Moving my shirt away so you can see the belly. Take a deep breath in, hold full, press mid-back in the mat, curl tailbone up, squeeze the prop. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Squeeze that second time, pull low belly down. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid back in the mat. Curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Shoulder blades come up. Squeeze that second time. Pull belly down. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. One more like this. Hold full. Press mid back in the mat. Curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulders, torso lifts. Squeeze that second time. Pull low belly down. Inhale, relax head and shoulders. We're going to move into gate opener. So if you're situated next to anything that will be in the way when you spread your legs, shift so that it won't. It'll make sense in a moment if that did not. All right, take a deep breath in. Hold full. Press mid back in the mat. Curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Shoulder blades lift. Squeeze a second time, pull belly down. Here's where it shifts. Bring the left hand to your prop. Inhale, straddle the legs. Exhale, curl tailbone. Reach out through inner thighs, reach out through feet. Pull belly down. Inhale, legs come back together. Lower head and shoulders. Now, as we move through this, you're always welcome to bend the knees, keep the feet flexed, so you take some of that pressure out of the joints. Deep breath in. Hold full. Press mid back in the mat. Curl tailbone up. Squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Squeeze a little more. Pull belly down. Inhale, right hand to prop. Straddle the legs. Exhale, curl tailbone. Reach out through thighs. Pull belly down. Inhale, legs come back together. Lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid back in the mat. Curl tailbone. Squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulder blades. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, left hand to prop, straddle the legs. Exhale, curl tailbone, reach to the thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, legs back together, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid back in the mat. Curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, right hand to your prop, straddle the legs. Curl tailbone, reach out strongly through the legs, pull belly down. Inhale, legs come back together, lower head and shoulders. So this last round, we're going to focus on bringing some of this heat, some of this core energy into the spot you selected today. All right, deep breath in. Hold the breath. Press mid back in the mat. Curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Shoulder blades come up. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale into your spot, hand to block. Straddle the legs. Exhale, curl tailbone. Reach out strongly through the thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, legs back together, lower head and shoulders. Last one here. Deep breath in. Hold at the top. Press mid back in the mat. Curl tailbone. Squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Squeeze that second time, pull belly down. Inhale, right hand to prop, straddle. Exhale, curl tailbone. Reach through the soles of the feet, through the balls of the feet, through the inner thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, legs come back together and release it all to the mat. Set your prop aside. Just take a moment, close your eyes, take a breath into that spot you selected. Wash some of that heat, some of that core energy through that area. Setting up here for bridge pose. So you're welcome to use your prop if you need some additional support and bridge. Setting up here, knees stacked directly over your heels. Sometimes you can reach down and graze the back of your heels to get that positioning. Feet about hip width apart. Inhale, start to lift up through the spine, opening up through this front body. So for Forrest Yoga, we're going to keep the arms relaxed, either down by your sides, or you can hang out in these cactus arms here. But focus primarily on activating the back body to lift up and spread open through this front body. With each inhale, you're feeling this breath flood this front plane. Expanding into the belly, expanding into the heart, all the way down to the thighs. close your eyes here. We're going to take 5 deep breaths, tuning into that spot you've chosen. Washing it with some of this energy, some of this heat. If you have any props under your hips or in between the thighs, go ahead and remove those. Tuck tailbone. Now on exhale, lower upper spine, middle spine, lower spine, all the way back down to the earth. From here, release the back body, either press the thighs away or even hugging the knees into the chest. Roll over to your side, keep your head relaxed. Some of the key principles of Forrest Yoga, and then use your hand to help the head up last. So we're leading with our core rather than with our head. All right, setting up for dolphin pose. So come forward here, forearms and knees, all the way down to the ground. Those of you familiar with dolphin, go ahead and pop right into it. You don't need to listen to this tutorial. If you're newer to dolphin, grab hold of the opposite upper biceps with your hands, and then place the forearms back down to the mat. Elbows are directly under shoulders, forearms either parallel, lengthwise on the mat, or hands clasped at the top for a little additional shoulder support. Take a huge breath, spread across the back of the heart. Engage the chest, exhale, curl your toes under, lift the hips up to the sky. Let the head hang heavy, but it's not touching the ground. And then focus more on this straight, strong line from the crown of your head up to the sit bones. So knees can be bent to achieve that. Maybe tiptoeing the toes in a little bit closer, lifting the hips higher to the sky. If at any point during this dolphin your elbows start to slip outwards, come down, clasp your hands and come back into the pose. Close your eyes here, focus on your spot. Wash this dolphin energy through your area. And just witness what's arising, what's present for you. On your next inhale, extend the left leg up to the sky. To add a little more, take the weight into the ball of the right foot, and then lift from the core, lift from that left leg, more of the weight shifting into the forearms. Exhale, lower the left foot down slowly. Inhale, right leg floats up to the sky. Spread the toes, reach more of the weight into the forearms. Head stays heavy, relax neck and jaw. Exhale, lower that right foot down. One more dolphin breath. Lift the hips a little bit higher. And then exhale, ease the knees down to the earth. Child's pose, embryo, or puppy. So if this bothers your shoulders, your hips, or your knees, you can keep the hips stacked over the knees for this puppy pose variation. Or for this entire child's pose, settle the hips back to the heels. Take a few cathartic breaths into the back body, relying on the earth to hold you in this moment. Inhale, rise up to hands and knees. Take a few cat-cows if you'd like. On your next exhale, we'll make our way back to our first downward facing dog of the practice. Toes tucking under, hips reaching up and back. This first down dog, I like to shift around and move, just kind of experimenting and feeling out this first inverted dog. Maybe even walking the feet mat width apart, shifting the weight over to one side, feeling that outer hip stretch. And taking a moment, a few breaths on the other side, head stays relaxed. Really rooting down to the hands, spreading the fingers so you have this foundation to rely on. Spine is long, knees can be softly bent. Deep breath in here. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, extending the spine. Exhale to fold it back in. Let's do that again. Inhale, spinal extension. Knees can be bent, find that length. Exhale to fold it in. And inhale, come all the way up to standing. Head comes up last. Extend the arms overhead. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Take a moment, take a few breaths here. Just feeling into your mountain pose, maybe removing a sweatshirt if you have one on, or a light shirt, starting to get warm. And once again, at the top of your mat, close your eyes, hands to heart center. Check in with that spot, fill it up with your breath. Moving through classical signs. Inhale to float the arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Knees can bend as you dive. Inhale, step left foot back, low lunge. Add some padding if you need underneath that knee. Keep the inhale going, lift and open to the torso, soften to the shoulders. So we're going to stay here for the first round. A few extra breaths, shifting deeper into the pose. Exhale, hands lower to the mat. Step back to plank pose. Now from here you have a few options. Option one, knee can come down, or knees rather, not just one, both knees can come down for support. Option two, you can keep the knees up. Option three, you can skip the chaturanga altogether and go directly to down dog. So from here, either moving to that vinyasa or directly to down dog. If you're working with the vinyasa, lower slowly as you can chaturanga. Inhale, let's take an easy cobra. Hands out in front, draw the chest forward. Exhale, lower back down. We'll all meet up in downward facing dog. And so you're checking in as you move through that vinyasa. If it bothers your shoulders or low back, go directly to down dog and skip that. On your next inhale, step left foot forward, low lunge on this side, adding padding if you'd like. Keep that inhale going, lift and open, soften the shoulders, activate the legs here. Feel for that space as you reach up to the fingertips, expanding into the front body. And then exhale, lower hands to mat, forward folds. Drawing into the belly, come up. Inhale, sweep arms overhead. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Let's flow here. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot back, lunge. Keep that inhale going, lift and open. Exhale, hands to mat, step back, plank pose. Lower slowly, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step right foot forward, lunge. Keep the inhale going, open it up. Exhale, hands to mat, forward fold. Drawing into the belly, come all the way up. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Keep it going. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, left foot back, lunge. Keep the inhale going, open it up. Exhale, hands to mat, step to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step left foot forward, lunge. Keep that inhale going, open it up. Exhale, hands to mat, forward folds. Drawing into the belly, come all the way up. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Last round here. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot back, lunge. Keep that inhale going, open up. Telescoping the ribs. Exhale, hands to mat, step to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward, lunge. Keep that inhale going, open it up. Exhale, hands to mat, forward folds. Draw into the belly, rise up. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Take a moment, just feel inside. Feel some of the energy. Wash it through your spot and just notice here. Release the arms by your sides for this mountain pose. So with those suns, you can keep going. If you want to pause the video and keep flowing through some more rounds, you're welcome to do so. Sometimes I love just flowing through suns with some music on. Totally an option. On your next inhale, moving forward, extend the arms up to the sky. Exhale, sit back, chair pose, Utkatasana. Now, for this forest version, lift the toes away from that. Spread the toes so you've got this active feet. Engagement all the way down through the legs. Also good for the knees and joints. Lift through the heart. Keep the shoulders soft. Take one more inhale. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Head hangs heavy. Inhale, halfway lift for that spinal extension. Exhale, plant your hands to the mat. Step your way to plank or float back, chaturanga. Moving to that vinyasa if you'd like. Lowering slowly. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Round down through your hands, especially through this first finger and thumb, so you're really feeling into the earth, getting this horseshoe of energy through the inner arms and the inner legs. Right foot stays rooted. Inhale, slowly float the left leg up to the sky. So you can choose here, keep this left foot active, either pressing out through the ball of the foot, flexing the toes back so you've got this Barbie doll floating action. Or you can flex the foot back towards the shin, really extending out to the heel. Exhale, slowly hug the knee into your chest. Moving into warrior two, set the foot down softly. Rotate down to the right heel. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. So for your warrior two here, front knee is bent, working towards a 90-degree angle directly over your heel. Back foot is positioned at an angle that supports your knee joint and your ankle joint. Both legs are active and strong, equal weight. Arms are heavy, supporting their own weight here, fingertips reaching out long. Forrest, you're going to keep your head in this neutral gaze so the head is in line with the rest of the spine. Taking a few breaths here, just feeling in to our warrior two. Shoulder shrugs. Release the arms down in front of you. Stay in your warrior two. I'm going to flip around to demo this. So shoulder shrugs. Arms relax out in front of you. Take a huge breath, spread across the upper back. Hold full. Reach the shoulders up as high as you can. Pull them straight back. Keep squeezing. Exhale, drag the shoulder blades down the spine. Inhale across the upper back. Exhale, hug mid-shoulder blades towards spine, pull down. Inhale across the upper back. Exhale, bend the elbows. Draw bottom tips of shoulder blades, elbows towards spine. Keep that squeezing as you drag the shoulder blades down. Relax the arms, roll out the shoulders. Stay in your warrior two as I flip back around so I can see you all. Inhale, arms come back up. Reverse warrior. Foot that left palm to the sky. Exhale, reach up and back, opening up through this left side body. Right hand can be on your hip or start to work its way down that right leg. Really reach through the left arm. Let the head hang heavy. Connect into that long, fluid breath here. Once again, letting that breath help navigate sensation in the pose. Second stage, moving into a neck stretch. So take this left arm, reach it towards the front of the room, arm parallel to the ground. Let the head hang super heavy towards the right shoulder. And then you'll wash the breath from the ear all the way down to the shoulder, out through the fingertips, just to feel the stretch, this unraveling of all that tightness between the brain and the rest of your body. Imagining some of the layers of those stress just unraveling, unwinding there. Then reaching through that left hand, come back up, head comes up last. Moving into extended warrior. Reach through this left hand as far as you can and then tip it over, bringing left forearm to left thigh. And notice it's very common for your shoulder to kind of sink into your ear. Press down to the forearm, lift up to the space, and then let the head hang. I'm going to come into this variation with a heart opener. So inhale, extend the right hand straight up to the sky. Shoulder blade hugs towards spine. Breathe into the chest here, all the way up to the hand. Your hand is an extension of your heart, so letting the hand be soft, energy flowing. Notice if you're making fists here, open it up. Let that breath flow all the way to fingertips. Moving into this basic extended warrior, take this right arm, reach the hand towards me, and then towards the front of your mat. So you create this lengthening out without locking into the shoulder. Keep rooting down strongly to the outer edge of that right foot, breathing into this right side body. Moving into my favorite version here, extended warrior variation. Take the right arm now behind the back. If you can, grab hold of the inside of the thigh with your hand. Elbow propped on the thigh still. If this is not accessible to you today, hook the hand into the clothing, or even place the back of the hand on the low back. From here, let the head hang heavy, and this, to me, is the most delicious neck stretch. Breathing into the right side of the neck, maybe closing your eyes so your attention is more drawn inward. Staying here, or if you'd like to move deeper still, coming into this extended warrior with a bind. So left hand comes down to the ground. Underneath that left leg, clasp the hands behind the left thigh, and then start to open up through the chest. Head hangs heavy still. Right shoulder blade drawing towards the back without cranking through the joint. 2 more breaths. Head to ankle prep, or as some of my students have lovingly named it, head to ankle hell. You can choose which name you like. So keep your legs as they are. So you're in a warrior 2 stance. You're going to walk the hands towards the back of your mat. Right hand's going to come to the inside diagonal of the right foot, about 6 inches. And then left hand is going to come to the inside of the left thigh. Bend deeper into that left knee and then lean everything towards the right foot. Head to ankle prep. The deeper you bend, the more you press into this left leg, and the more you lean away, the more you will feel this stretch. Either in the inner thigh or sometimes even in the obliques. Take 2 more breaths. Prasarita Padottanasana. So left hand comes down, parallel the inner edges of your feet for this wide-legged forward fold. Inner edges of your feet parallel. Inhale, halfway lift, extending the spine. Exhale to fold it back in. Take a few moments just letting gravity do its thing, hanging the head heavy, maybe shaking the head yes and no. And then we'll move into this twist. So walk the feet a little bit closer together. Reach down, grab hold of the right leg with both hands. Now if you can see here, this left elbow is going to reach towards the ground if that's accessible. Right arm is going to reach up to the sky. This can be where you stay. Or take the right arm, wrap it behind your back, maybe grab hold of the inner left thigh with your hand. From here, peel open through the right shoulder, pull away, unwinding. Maybe making a face if you feel like it. Breathing into this twist. Head hangs heavy. Inhale, unwind, right arm reaches back up to the sky. Exhale to fold it back in. Inhale, halfway lift, extending the spine. Walk your hands back to the top of your mat, swiveling the toes around, moving into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So you're welcome to use a block if you'd like here. Weight shifts into the left leg, left hands to the outer diagonal of the left foot. Inhale, right arm and right leg extend up. Spread your fingers to toes, opening up the chest, opening up to the belly. Finding this balance here, trying to stack shoulders, trying to stack hips. Really grounding down to this left foot and activating to the right. Exhale, lower the right hand down. Hug the right knee into your chest, leading this little mini squat. And then inhale, float the right leg up the sky for vertical splits. Spread the toes, reach the leg long. We're going to do this true forest style. So you're up on the fingertips here. Hug the elbows towards one another. Activate to the chest and the arms. Use that activation to press the chest closer to the thigh. Maybe extend that right leg higher. One more deep breath in here. Exhale, slowly lower the right foot to the back of your mat into this low lunge. Now, if your knee or your leg needs a bit of a break, or you just need some additional support, bring that right knee down. Give yourself that breath. Or keep the back leg lifted. Fire up the legs. Inhale, float the arms back behind you. Hovering above this right or left leg rather. Hug shoulder blades together, reach back to the fingertips. Inhale, rise all the way up, crescent lunge. Arms extend to the sky. Soften through the shoulders. Feel for that strong legs, core is engaged, back is neutral. On your exhale, lower your hands to your hips. Coming into this lunge that 21st Yoga Forest students have called Telly Lunge. I can't remember the actual forest name, so Anna's going to have to remind me when she's here. And start to bend that back knee. Hover the knee above the ground. Pick up the back heel so it's stacked over the ball of the foot. Squeeze the thighs together. Press the hands down. Lift even more to the chest, telescoping the ribs. Feel the energy, the heat that's building here. Wash it through that spot you selected. And then straighten out the back leg. Carefully lower that back heel down. Interlace the fingers at the base of the spine. If this feels like too much, you can grab a strap or even a piece of clothing to hold between your hands. Take a deep breath in, lift up through the heart. Moving into ostrich pose. Exhale, dive forward, torso coming to the inside of that left thigh. Head hangs heavy. Connect into that breath. Exhale, lower the clasp. Bring your hands all the way down to the ground. Lower the right knee down to the earth. I recommend adding some padding under that knee, whether that's a folded up blanket, a piece of clothing, or just folding over your mat. And then come upright. Hands come onto this left thigh. Start to inch this left thigh forward, shifting the hips forward, lifting to the chest. Legs stay active here. So this is option one. Or if you want to move a little bit deeper into this stretch, you can back out of the lunge, bend the back knee, turning this into a lunge H to the B, heel to butt. Try to draw the heel in towards the glutes, then shift forward once again, still lifting up and opening to the chest. Breathing here. If you're feeling a lot of anger or passion, or just feeling pissed that you decided to do this class with me because this pose is challenging, take a few lion's breaths, exhaling out the mouth. Tongue sticking out, releasing some of that tension. Release the back foot, moving into a full head to ankle. So there's a few places we can work here. Option 1, this back knee stays down. And you're going to let gravity do its thing by simply hanging the torso down here and just chilling, letting gravity take you deeper into your hips. That's option 1. Option 2, same thing, but you're going to curl the back toes under, so you're in the shortened warrior 1 stance. Just hang out here, gravity doing its trick. Taking it deeper, grab hold of the left ankle, left heel with your hand. Start to tuck the shoulder under the leg. Or maybe going deeper still, right hand to heel, left hand to calf. Press the thigh forward. Start to tuck the head behind the ankle. 3 more breaths to see where your body will soften and release into. Inhale, carefully ease your way out of that. Keep your hands rooting on the ground. Inhale, extend this left leg up and back. This is not forced, but to me it feels totally delicious. So bend your knee here, open up through the hip, release a little bit there. Maybe getting some rotations through that joint. Inhale, re-extend the leg, come forward into plank or 3-legged plank. And from here you can go directly to down dog or finish off that vinyasa, slow and controlled chaturanga. Inhale, open the heart, shoulder blades draw back, heart lifts. Exhale all the way back, downward facing dog. Let's do a soft lions here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out the mouth. One more to release tension. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale to float the right leg up to the sky. Spread the toes, reach up either through the ball of the foot, getting that floating action, or reaching up to the heel. Take another breath here. See if the leg can lift a little bit higher without sinking into the low back. Then exhale, step the right foot forward, warrior 2. So I'm going to spin around so you can see me once again. Inhale, rise up. Take a moment, situate yourself here. So your knee is bent 90 degrees, equal weight between the legs. Arms extending out, shoulders soft, gaze is neutral. Feel into your legs, feel into the energy that's present here. Maybe your body's shaking a little bit, that's okay, that's feedback. Exhale, release the arms down, moving into shoulder shrugs. Take a deep breath, spread across the back of the heart. Hold that breath and reach the shoulders up as high as you can, so it feels super stressful. Pull the shoulders straight back, keep squeezing. Exhale, drag the shoulder blades down. Inhale into the back of the heart. Exhale, hug mid-shoulder blades towards spine, pull down. Inhale into the back of the heart. Exhale, bend the elbows, draw bottom tips of shoulder blades, elbows towards spine, pull down. Release the arms, give them a little roll out, unwinding. Then float the arms back up, reverse warrior, right palm flips. Exhale, reach up and back. So once again, weight shifts more into this back leg, balance it out by pressing through that right foot. Breathing into this right side body. Maybe the left hand stays on the hip or works its way down this back leg. And then the second stage, right arm reaches forward. Let the head be heavy, maybe closing your eyes. So imagining that unraveling, that release to the neck, jaw. Reach through the right hand, come back upright, head comes up last. Maybe shorten your stance a little bit, and then moving into that extended warrior. Right forearm to right thigh. Left arm reaches up to the sky. We'll start with the heart opener. So fingertips straight up to the ceiling. Shoulder blade draws on to the back, closer to the spine. Lift the chest, head hangs heavy. Fill up the belly. Fill up the heart with your breath here. Changing arm positions, reach the hand towards me, and then all the way to the front of the mat, lengthening out through the left side body. Keep rooting down to the feet, breathing from fingertips all the way to the sole of that left foot. Imagining this strong line of energy opening you up. Extended warrior variation. Take this left arm, wrap it all the way behind the back. If you can, grab hold of the inner thigh or the clothing. And then let the head hang. Close your eyes and just imagine the breath washing, unraveling some of the jaw tension, the neck tension. You can do some camel slides, lip glide, camel lips. Moving your lower lip around looks totally crazy and weird, but it feels awesome. Keep that breath going, and then moving into this deeper version if you'd like. Right hand comes down, left arm behind the back. Reach back, clasp the hand behind the leg, open up through that left shoulder. Breathe into the hip, let the head hang heavy. Head to ankle hell, or head to ankle prep, you choose which word you'd like to call it, or which name you prefer. So let's stay in this warrior two formation. Walk the hands to the back of the mat to start. Left hand stays grounded, inner diagonal of the left foot, about 6 inches. Right hand comes to the inner thigh. Start to bend deeper into that right knee, press the thigh away, and then lean everything else, the torso, the head, all towards the back of the room, towards the back left leg. The deeper you bend, the more you will feel the stretch. Let your exhale guide you deeper without forcing. Inhale, straighten out the right leg. Prasarita Padottanasana, parallel the inner edges of your feet. Maybe shortening the stance a little bit. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it in. Just taking a few breaths here, giving into gravity, catching your breath. Filling back up that spot with your awareness, with your breath. Now reach back, grab hold of this left leg with both hands. Right elbow is drawing towards the ground, so you're working towards this 90-degree angle. And the left arm reaches up to the sky. You can stay here, or wrap the arm behind the back, maybe hooking it to the inner thigh. Start to pull away from the left side, twist open. Maybe get a little funny face because you've got to entertain yourself during your practice. Or at least I do. Inhale, re-extend that left arm. Lower both hands down. Inhale, halfway lift, extending the spine. Walk your hands back to the top of your mat. Swivel the toes around. All right, this is where you can bring the back knee down. And at any point during this practice, please modify. So you're listening to your body first and foremost. Seeing any injuries, anything you need. So back knee can be down or lifted. Inhale, reach the arms behind you, hover above this right thigh. Maybe you're lucky enough to get your legs starting to shake, getting that intense feedback. Use your core, come all the way up, Crescent Lunge. Inhale, float the arms up to the sky. Soften through the shoulders, fill this pose up with breath. Equal weight between the legs, back leg firing up. Telly lunge, or at least that's what we call it in Utah. Hands on your hips. Start to bend the back knee. Pick up the back heel so it's hovering above the ball of the foot. Bend the back knee, squeeze the legs together. Press the hands into your hips, lift through the heart. 2 more breaths, maybe go a little bit deeper. And then carefully straighten out the back leg, root down to the left heel, interlace the arms back behind you. Not the arms, the hands, and how you interlace the arms. Draw the knuckles down, take a deep breath and lift to the heart. Exhale, dive forward, coming into your ostrich pose. Let the head go. Breathe out into the core. all the way up to the shoulders. Feeling here. Release, lower the clasp first, then release the hand. Add some padding under that left knee, lower the knee down to the ground if it's not already. Make your way upright. Hands start on this right thigh. Start to inch that right foot forward, shifting the hips forward. So this can be where you stay. If you've got some hip flexors that are pretty tight or quads, you'll feel a lot here, and this can be a great stretch. If you need a little bit more, back out of the post. Bend the back knee, reach back, grab hold of the foot, lunge H to the B. Come back into the lunge, draw the heel in towards the glutes, still lifting through the chest. Breathe deep here. You can take a few lines if you'd like. And then inhale, release carefully. Last pose on this side, head to ankle. So that option one, you're just going to give in to gravity and hang out here. Let the body, let the gravity do the work. Maybe tucking the toes under, keep this shortened stance, hang out here. Maybe start to tuck the shoulder under the leg, or using your arms for a little bit of leverage. The more the knee points forward, the easier it is. Exhale, maybe tucking the head behind the ankle. 2 more breaths. Inhale, carefully unwind, frame this front foot. Rooting down to the hands, inhale, float this right leg up and back. Bend the knee, open up to the hip. Maybe get a rotation or 2, unwinding through that joint. Inhale, re-extend the right leg. Come forward into plank or 3-legged plank. Option to go straight back to down dog or finish with that vinyasa chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Exhale, step or float through to a seat on your mat. And roll all the way down onto your back. So at this point, you may want to take a sip of water. You may want to put on some additional clothing. Moving into our cool down here. I want a sip of water. That was intense. And then roll all the way down onto your back if you're not already there. Take a moment, stretch yourself out, reach arms overhead, legs towards the front of the mat. And just pull yourself apart like a little taffy pull here. And exhale, hug the knees in to your chest. A little rocking side to side, massaging out the spine. And we'll come into this back release pose, also called figure 4 or recline pigeon. So take the left leg, hook the left ankle over the thigh. I'm going to spin so you can see my leg a little bit better. Keep your foot flexed so you're protecting the joint. Now, if you have pretty tight hips, the right foot can stay on the ground. You'll simply press the left leg away. Or pick up the leg to get a deeper stretch. Clasp the hands either around the hamstrings or the shin. Draw the knee closer into your chest as you press the left knee away. To get the back traction, focus on the sit bones reaching towards the earth so you feel that elongation through the spine. Breathe here into that stretch. Softening through shoulders. Check in with that spot that you selected today. And just notice what's shifted. Transitioning into a spinal twist. Extend the arms out to the sides. You have a few options with your legs here. You can cross the knees over one another, or you can uncross the legs. Shift the hips to the left, exhale the knees over to the right. We'll take a few deep breaths here, just unwinding. Twists are very cleansing, energizing. Now just come back up to center. Just take a moment at neutral. Taking the second side in that figure 4 back release pose. Hook the right ankle over the left thigh. Pick up the leg. And then clasp the hands either around the hamstring with the shin. You still have that option of keeping the foot on the ground, pressing the leg away. Wherever you are, reach the sit bones, so the bottom of your butt towards the ground, so you're lengthening out the spine. A few more deep breaths here. Moving into your spinal twist, arms extend out like a T. Hips shift over to the right, either keeping the legs crossed or uncrossing the legs completely. Lower the knees over to the left. Keep the heart opening here. And then unwinding out of that. If there's anything else your body needs before you move into Shavasana, this final relaxation, please take that. And eventually arriving here in this place of final relaxation. So for a traditional version, your legs are going to be out, arms by your sides, softly apart, softly away from the body. And just letting gravity release through the body, letting the body be heavy in the earth. Taking a few breaths into that spot that you've selected. And just washing that awareness with your breath through your body, observing. Letting your breath fall back to its natural cadence. Just surrendering here for these last few moments of our practice. movement back into your body. And take a breath into that spot you selected. Just notice what's changed, what's shifted. Make your way over to one side. And with neck relaxed, eyes still closed, press your way up to a seat. Inhale, float your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands back to heart center. And just take a moment to thank yourself, body, your practice. Together we bow forward. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thanks for tuning in. Feel free to leave a comment, tell your friends. We have amazing teachers teaching here during this time. So 21st Yoga, we'll be teaching all of this week, all of next week. Watch for a schedule on social media. And if you feel like it, we really appreciate it at this time to receive donations for the classes that we're teaching. So there's a link in the description. And please follow us on Facebook at 21st Yoga Utah or on Instagram at 21st Yoga. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful day. Feel free to reach out with any questions or comments. Bye.